Hey there guys, it's Carly. Welcome back to my channel, or hello if you're new here. Today's video is kind of going to be a bit of a hybrid in the sense that while on the screen you're going to see a little bit of a come to school with me / study with me, and for the voiceover I'd like to talk a little bit about the idea of motivation and specifically how I get motivated to just live my best life, I guess, particularly when it comes to school and being prepared and organized. So if you are keen to hear a little bit about that, then grab yourself a cuppa and let's get into it. So the first thing I'm going to tell you is something that maybe you won't like, but probably you need to hear. And that is that motivation and the idea of being motivated is a myth. It is highly unlikely, almost impractical, to think that you are going to be motivated all the time. And I hear this a lot as a teacher. Yeah, I probably should have sent in a draft, or I probably should have studied or finished off my work, or whatever the case may be, but I wasn't really motivated. I couldn't really find the motivation to do that. And I'm sure maybe you say that about different things in your life. It's not ever going to be a scenario where you're going to be motivated all the time to eat healthy or exercise or study or do the things that you don't really want to do, but you know that you should be doing. And here's the thing. While you cannot be motivated all the time, the thing that has helped me is that you can be disciplined and you can create habits and routines. And I think if you haven't got that intrinsic motivation, having the discipline and having the organization and the routines set up is going to be the key strategy to helping you achieve your goals. So when it comes to motivation, there are two different types: extrinsic motivation and intrinsic motivation. If you're extrinsically motivated, you are motivated by things that are external to you. And this can go two ways. You can either be motivated in order to get something, or you can be motivated in order to avoid something unpleasant. So for instance, I might be motivated extrinsically to hand in my assessment task because I want to avoid the reprimand that I might get from either my teacher or my parents. However, I could also be motivated extrinsically to hand in my assessment task because I want to get a good mark or some sort of reward from handing it in. However, on the opposite side of the spectrum, you might be intrinsically motivated. So that's the type of motivation that you want to aspire towards. It means that you are internally motivated. You are not looking for some sort of reward or some sort of approval or pat on the back. You are not looking to avoid any sort of negative scenario. You are internally motivated because you believe that the activity, the goal, the object, whatever it might be, somehow serves your deeper purpose or helps to meet a deeper life goal or value or belief. For example, I am intrinsically motivated to exercise, and I'm at the point now where I'm doing some form of exercise, whether it's weights, yoga, Pilates, walking, every single day. And I do that intrinsically because I know that it is going to benefit both my physical and mental health, and I see the positive outcomes of me exercising, not only in terms of my strength, my flexibility, but also in terms of my stress levels. However, to get to the point where I am able to diligently exercise every single day as part of a routine, I initially needed to put some strategies in place that help to facilitate that. So for instance, getting out my exercise clothes of a morning or of an afternoon so that when I came home from school, they were there and they were ready to go. being able to create a little bit of an exercise plan in my diary and having it as a habit that I would actually physically have to check off that I did, creating workout playlists of videos on YouTube and adding them to my watch later so that I had content that I was easily able to access and consume. These are all the strategies that helped me in order to turn that thing that I was motivated to do into a thing that I was actually disciplined to do. So moving forward, if you are someone who wants to be more motivated or wants to turn that motivation that you have into actual action and actual results, you need to get real and come up with a plan of action. So that might be thinking about what strategically are you going to do? When are you going to do it? How are you going to do it? What could be some of the things that could distract you or get in the way of you doing this thing? And how can you create a contingency plan so that you mitigate those distractions and actually be able to stay on task and achieve your goal? So start writing this down, start brainstorming some of these questions, and then actually start strategically putting in your diary when you're going to do it, keeping yourself accountable either by telling someone or by tracking it in your diary or in a habit tracker, giving yourself little rewards perhaps once you've done the task. So sometimes I sit down and I think, okay, I'm going to do this small thing, and then I get the reward of a break or something else. So having some sort of external motivation in conjunction with the activity, and once you start to see that the activity is paying off, the benefits of your diligence and your hard work and your external motivation is paying off, you actually are able to move from that place of being externally motivated into more of an extrinsic motivational place. My final point is to go easy on yourself. Even if you do start creating plans and making habits and making safeguards in case things come up to distract you, chances are that you will have an off day or an off week, or the habits that you're trying to create and the motivation that you're trying to create just doesn't come to you at all times. And that is okay. And sometimes you need to be able to be compassionate and empathetic with yourself, and to just understand that we are all human, and that even if there are things that you want to achieve and habits that you want to create and goals that you want to smash out, at times you need to think about what is best for your own physical and mental well-being. And sometimes it is taking a break or giving yourself the benefit of the doubt, taking a load off and, saying, okay, I've been going really great at this, but today is not the day, and that is fine. So having that bit more compassion and empathy with yourself is really important, because even though you're not going to be motivated all the time, you need to be okay with that. Because otherwise, if you're too hard on yourself and too strict with yourself, that is going to be an impediment to you establishing this discipline as well. I hope you guys enjoyed coming to school with me and hearing some of my thoughts and tips about how to create motivation in life. If you did, make sure you give it a thumbs up, and don't forget to subscribe down below. I put out a whole heap of lifestyle and organizational content. I hope you guys have a fantastic rest of your week, and I'll see you all in my next video. Bye guys.